So yeah, we'll talk about the time when we were in Jakarta.
Yes.
Yeah, so I remember it was very late at night, and then we actually went to buy some stuff. I can't remember why. I think lingerie.
I was buying undergarments.
Yeah, so it was really late, and then while she was shopping, for her stuff, and then I'm a guy, so there's nothing for me to do. So I just sat around and just look around lah. And that's when I realized, right, suddenly, right, the cupboard, it was a lower cupboard at the bottom. The cupboard actually just opened by itself. So I was like, what? I was like freaked out, and then I went to tell her.
Yeah, I didn't realize at all until he told me. Then I was like, okay, maybe the angle was down, that's why the cupboard opened. Then I started talking to a lady more about buying my stuff, and then suddenly I saw the cupboard close back. Then something is wrong already. If it's going down, how can it be going up again?
Yeah, then he was like, oh my god, faster buy your stuff, then we go out. And after that, never mind, we go already, right? Then she want to go toilet.
Urgent. Then
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
and the shopping center was actually closing because it was late at night, 9+. Then they were closing hours already. Yeah, so the everything was dark in the toilet. I walked in. Okay, maybe it's dark because the lights are off. Then the lights suddenly turned on. So I think, okay, maybe auto sensor lights. So no problem. I went to continue in the loo, and then when I closed the door, the lights turned off again. So maybe the sensor turned off. Then once I'm done, I went out to the sink. It was not an auto sensor sink, actually, it was those push sinks. Then suddenly the water turned on. Then I just went to the same sink to wash my hands. And then I just went out and told him, it's so funny, this thing happened actually.
Yeah, she told me in a very calm manner, and I was like freaking out because before that, we saw the cupboard, and then next this thing in the toilet, I was like, okay, let's really get out of this place because it was really very freaky at that point of time.
I didn't think about it much at that point of time until I went out and told him, and he told me, this is not normal, I was like, oh yeah, now thinking back, it's quite creepy actually.
Yeah, so this is one of the experiences that we have because
Yeah.
For me, since young, I've been seeing a lot of such stuff because I have like sleep paralysis and stuff. So there are a lot of times ever since I was 14 years old, I would sleep, and then after that, right, I would just like there'll be a lot of voices, and then like a lot of people whispering, and then there'll be one very loud one, and then it get so loud that I wake up and then I cannot move, and then I'll start seeing stuff. I mean, she knows because there will be a lot of times when I was with her, she would just see me sleeping there, and then I'll be like convulsing there.
Yeah, he has his sleep paralysis moments. Sometimes when he sleeps, he will actually have a fit. Like he's trying to move, but he cannot move. So I will tap him and wake him up. But sometimes he really cannot wake up. We have to shake him, then he will wake up. Then he will tell me about
whatever nonsense I see.
Yeah, all the weird things that he sees.
Some of the things that I see is like when I was very young, the first sighting was actually last time we sleep on the tilam one. So I actually have my first sleep paralysis. I opened my eyes and then I see this little girl under my table. And I was like, it was my first time, and I was like, holy shit, somebody please help me, But I couldn't move, and then that period of time was very long. So after that, I woke up, when I can, finally move, I went to tell my father. The interesting thing is, a few years later, my father actually saw the same little girl under the table, so that's another story. But one incident I remember was, because I stayed in the same room as my dad, so when you wake up, that kind of idea, like you wake up, you see stuff, you cannot move. I remember that time my father was outside watching TV, and then I was lying down there. So when the event happened, then I opened my eyes and I couldn't move. I saw this faceless dude thing standing by my door, and he was like slowly moving closer to me. Then so the only thing we do when we were young is we try to call our father lah, but I was like but couldn't get any voice out. Then after that, then I saw my door open. Then I was like very happy, because my father poked his head out. And then I was like, oh yes, he maybe he heard me calling for him. Then he closed the door back again. Then I was like, oh my god, why you close the door again? Why couldn't you hear me? Then I was like severely sad. Then I continued trying to struggle and calling. Then he opened the door again, and then this time he actually on the light. He on the light and he looked at me like weirdly for a while before he shook me awake. And that's why I finally be able to move, and I tell him like, why did you close the door just now? Oh my god. Yeah. So I have a lot of different things that I've seen. The common ones that I've seen is one lady with the anklet around her leg. This one is the one that actually touched me. She will like shake me in the middle of the night. Another kind that I always see is actually people around me, right? You will see them like they are lying down there sleeping or whatever with you, but after that, right, when you're in that stage, right, it seems like they are, how to explain? They will be like shadows, they will be like awake, suddenly you just see them, you blink your eyes one shot, then suddenly you see them standing over like that. And then you blink your eyes again, they'll be like erratically moving around the room. I tell you, that is the scariest one.
Hi, my name is Yuki.
Hi, I'm Melvin, and listen to our story on Supernatural Confessions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.